Divine greetings. My name is Jamaican Tupac. Welcome to Red Pills for the Matrix. Now, this marks the beginning of a new series I'm trying to build on this channel. So let me know if you appreciate this, and we'll know if we should do another one. So this is called Music with Depth, Lyrics Breakdown, where I go into some music that I enjoy, that I think may be of value to you, and kind of explain what I think the lyrics really mean. Now the song that I am intending to do today is Lupe Fiasco's Bitch Bad, and this is a song that I think, it's very, it's open to interpretation, Now for a little background on Lupe Fiasco, if you Google Lupe Fiasco, you'd find that his correct name is Wasalu Mohammed Jaco. He's a rapper from Chicago. Very brilliant, rapper with a high level of intellect, and I think Lupe is the only rapper that has ever incited riots. I mean, there was once a protest and a riot at his label for the release of his album. He's the only rapper that the hacker group Anonymous had to, publicly reach out to his label to let them know that, hey, if you don't cooperate with him, there'll be consequences. So he's a rapper with great value. Now, without any further ado, let's go into this song. So I'm just gonna play the song and stop the song intermittently, and we talk about the lyrics. But I think this is really beautiful. Let's go, guys.
Bitch bad, woman good, lady better. Hey, 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 hey. Now imagine it.
So that's the chorus, guys. Bitch bad, woman good, lady better. Now a person, upon looking at the title, a person will think that this rapper is singing about bitches who are so-called bad, bad bitches who can work a pole. But actually it's quite the contrary. He's saying being a bitch is bad, being a woman is good, and being a lady is even better. You get me? So let's hear the first verse.
Hey, 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 hey. Now imagine there's a shorty, maybe 5, maybe 4, riding around with his mama listening to the radio, and a song comes on, and I'm not far from being born, doesn't know the difference between right and wrong.
Alright, so right there he presents a situation. He's inviting you to consider a circumstance. So he's saying, imagine there's a shorty. I'm thinking this is a boy baby, a young male baby, and it's very impressive that this song was released like over maybe 9 years, 10 years ago, and yet it is so very potent and so very applicable to our society, because the more things change, the more they remain the same. Now imagine there's a shorty, maybe 5, maybe 4, riding around with his mama listening to the radio, and a song comes on, and not far off from being born, so he's young, doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. So he's looking at his mother enjoying a song on the radio, and he's essentially young, so this is the situation.
Brown with his mama listening to the radio, and a song comes on, and I'm not far from being born, doesn't know the difference between right and wrong. Now, I ain't trying to make it too complex, but let's just say shorty has an undeveloped context about the perception of women these days. His mama sings along, and this what she said.
Alright, so he's not trying to make this too complex, but this young youth has an undeveloped context about the perception of women these days. His mama sings along, and this is what she says. So his mother is there singing. Is basically what Lupe is trying to convey is that he's learning, or he's receiving an ideology from looking at his mother responding to this music, and he's not sure of how he should perceive a woman as as a comforter, as an advisor, and a partner in building an empire, and support and love and all of that. That's not what he's not educated on those kind of values that a man should have and how he should perceive a woman. So his mother is interacting with this song, and this is what she says.
Cause I'm a bad bitch, and I'm bad bitch. 7 ounce, far above average. It may be other rhyming words like cabbage and savage and baby carriage and other things that match it. Couple of things are happening here. First, he's relating the word bitch with his mama, comma. And because she's relating to herself, his most important source of health and mental health, he may skew respect for dishonor.
All right. So so his mother, of course, is singing niggas, I'm a bad bitch, and I'm a bad bitch, and something that's far above average, and maybe other rhyming words like cabbage and savage and baby carriage and other things that match it. So Lupe is just being like, you know, just words, you know, but essentially she's calling herself a bad bitch, you know, and she's saying she's far above average. So she's immediately, based on what's happening here, is perceiving the idea, this young youth is perceiving the idea of a bad bitch as something to be proud to be. You get me? Yeah. So essentially, couple of things are happening here. First, he's relating the word bitch with his mother. That's what she's saying she is. And because she's relating to herself, who is his most important source of help and mental health, he may skew respect for dishonor. So what I think is happening here, skew means basically not aligned or, you know, distorted, not straight, not accurate. So he may skew this respect for dishonor. So basically he may perceive her, or the way she's perceiving herself, he may be seeing that dishonor, that level of dishonor, as some form of respect. You get me? Yeah.
With his mama, comma. And because she's relating to herself, his most important source of health and mental health, he may skew respect for dishonor. Bitch bad, woman good,
lady better,
ain't misunderstood.
I'm killing these bitches.
Bitch bad, woman good, lady better, ain't misunderstood. They misunderstood. Yeah. Now, imagine a group of little girls 9 through 12 on the internet watching videos, listening to songs by themselves. Doesn't really matter if they have parental clearance, they understand the internet better than their parents.
Alright. Now this here is something real. Yeah, so of course, you know, imagine a group of little girls 9 through the 12 on the internet watching videos, listening to songs by themselves. It doesn't really matter if they have parental clearance, they understand the internet better than their parents. Of course, as we progress through time and, you know, as the generations, you know, come and go, I realize that it's as if this idea of the singularity is really real, you know, because each generation seems to be more technologically inclined, so much more advanced on a level of technology than the one before, you know. And the singularity basically is what scientists and, you know, futurists define as a time that we will experience when we manage to put our minds in the body of robots. So that we could live forever. That's what they claim they will do, you know, because they're playing gods. So they understand the internet better than their parents, of course, so ain't no stopping them, right?
Listening to songs by themselves. Doesn't really matter if they have parental clearance, they understand the internet better than their parents. Now being the internet, the content's probably uncensored. They're young, so they're malleable and probably unmentored. A complicated combination, maybe with no relevance until their intelligence meets their favorite singer's preference.
This guy is so talented, so gifted, you know, he's such a brilliant thinker, such a great writer. Now, being the internet, the content is probably uncensored, you know, so of course on YouTube there are community guidelines. Now, this was done 9 years ago, but I mean, you still have expletives in song, you still have women naked in songs on YouTube, you know. So basically what he's saying still remains true. So they're young, they're malleable, and probably unmentored. So they're young, malleable meaning they are easily influenced, are impressionable, they are easily led, and probably unmentored. So they have nobody in their lives. This is the general story of, you know, us Africans. Wherever we are, you know, sometimes unmentored. A complicated combination, maybe with no relevance, until that intelligence meets their favorite singer's preference. Zine. So until this information that was just stated, they are young, malleable, they are not being supervised on the internet with uncensored content, and that information reaches their favorite singer's preference. So basically, this is what is happening now.
Bad bitches, bad bitches. That's all I want, all I got is bad bitches.
This guy is so beautiful as an artist, because, you know, after saying that and then saying when that intelligence will meet their favorite singer's preference, it's like he's impersonating their favorite singer. So if you notice, the flow changes, and young artists, you know, you have to admire these kind of transitions in the music. Like, pay attention to this just now. It's like he's another artist, he's now their favorite singer. Listen.
Into the intelligence meets their favorite singer's preference. Bad bitches, bad bitches. That's all I want, all I got is bad bitches, bad bitches. Now let's say that they less concerned with him and more with the video girl acquiescing to his whims.
Whoa. No, let's say that they're less concerned with him. So this is the singer that they're looking at. So now let's say that they're less concerned with him and more with the video girl acquiescent to his whims. Now they're less concerned with him, of course, because, you know, young girls just going through puberty, looking at a video, they are trying to identify themselves in whatever they are perceiving as, you know, beauty or art. So of course they'll be looking at the video girl acquiescent. I don't like that word, but I know the meaning. Acquiescent to his whims. Now, acquiescent means to accept without protest or without objection. So he's saying, now let's say they're less concerned with him and more with the video girl acquiescent to his whims. So this is the girl that's doing everything that he wants. You know, so they're looking at that imagery, that behavior as what is cool, because they're not even concerned with the musician. They're looking at this bad bitch, you know.
The plot thickens. High heels, long hair, fat booty, slim. Reality check. I'm not tripping. They don't see a paid actress. Just what makes.
Cha. What a man talented. So the plot thickens, you know. High heels, long hair, fat booty, slim, you know. So he's describing this girl they're looking at. They don't see a reality check. I'm not tripping, so I'm not kidding you. You know, reality check. They don't see a paid actress. Just what makes what?
To his whims. The plot thickens. High heels, long hair, fat booty, slim. Reality check.
I'm not tripping.
They don't see a paid actress.
Just what makes a bad bitch.
Bitch bad, woman good, lady better, ain't misunderstood.
Such a good vibe here. 10 years ago, guys.
I say, bitch bad, woman good, lady better, ain't misunderstood. Disclaimer. This Raymer, Lupe's, not using bitch as a lesson, but as a psychological weapon to set in your mind and really mess with your conceptions, discretions, reflections. It's clever
Alright, so he's saying disclaimer, this rhymer, Lupe, is not using bitch as a lesson, but as a psychological weapon to set in your mind and really mess with your conceptions, discretions, reflections. It's clever misdirection. Now when I look at this poetry here, it would allude to the fact that he's saying, I'm not trying to be a preacher, I am not trying to save anyone, I am not trying to give you a lesson, and I'm not using bitch as a lesson. I'm using it as a psychological weapon to set in your mind and really mess with your conceptions, discretions, reflections, it's clever misdirection. So I'm thinking that he's basically saying that basically universally, the way we perceive women, the way we perceive sex, it's like sex is so common as a like facet of our society now, where it is used to manipulate, and your women are so objectified. And it's like, even today I was on the road and I was by a corner store and I was just looking at a particular girl who was wearing a leggings, a short leggings, and she was basically naked, and I had to be like, John, I ain't looking, because that's just lusting, sinning without objective, sinning without reason, and it's like, it's so common now where women don't know their place. So for Lupe to create a song like this, I think he's saying, hey, I'm just questioning the rhetoric. I'm questioning what is now accepted as normality. I'm showing you that we could have a higher perspective. So I'm messing with your mind, and your conceptions, your discretions, your reflections. It's clever misdirection. It is clever misdirection, because the song title says bitch bad. A lot of person open that song just to hear a song singing about a bad bitch, not knowing that they would be educated on why they should never consider themselves a bad bitch, because bitch is bad.
Direction, cuz while I was rapping, they was growing up fast. Nobody stepped in to ever slow them up. Gasp, showing up in this little world. The little boy meets one of those little girls.
So this is the beauty of Lupe's music. It's so connected, because for the first verse he's talking about this youth, this young male child in a car with his mom singing one of those songs. The second verse is talking about some girls watching videos unsupervised, and now on the third verse he's saying, hey, now they meet. So this boy who grew up with a mom thinking she's a bad bitch, these girls, or this girl who grew up looking at their favorite singer promoting bad bitches, they meet. But let's see what happens.
Nobody stepped in to ever slow them up. Think she a bad bitch. Nobody stepped in to ever slow them up. Gasp, showing up in this little world. The little boy meets one of those little girls, and he thinks she a bad bitch, and she thinks she a bad bitch. He thinks disrespectfully, she thinks of that sexually. She got the wrong idea. He don't wanna fuck her. He thinks she bad at being a bitch like his mother.
Damn. So he thinks she's a bad bitch, and she thinks she's a bad bitch. He thinks disrespectfully. She thinks of that sexually. So you see that level of that beauty right there in the literature, because they both agree on something, because he's telling you that they both agree on something, but from a different point of view at the same time. So they are disagreeing and agreeing. Isn't that beautiful literature? And he thinks she's a bad bitch, and she thinks she's a bad bitch. He thinks disrespectfully. She thinks of that sexually. She get the wrong idea. He don't wanna fuck her. He thinks she's bad at being a bitch, like his mother.
Mama never dressed like that. Come out the house hot mess like that. Ass, titties, breasts like that. All out to impress like that. Just like that. You see the fruit of the confusion. He caught in a reality. She caught in an illusion.
Ja. Now you see, we need this kind of music needs to be, we need to shift the culture. We need to focus more on music with this level of value. This is food for thought right here. Yes, music should be fun and can be fun, but I think, and I'm not discrediting any artist or discouraging anyone from listening to any specific artist. I'm just saying, hey, take the time out to listen to some music that feeds the mind and soul as well. Mama never dressed like that. Come out the house hot mess like that. Stitties just like that. All out to impress like that. Just like that. Zane, you see the fruit of the confusion. He caught in a reality. she caught in an illusion. Because the reality is this youth realizes, of course, that these women priorities are misplaced. So he's saying this youth sees the reality, but she's in an illusion because she was misled to think this is what he wants her to be, when really the reality is his mother was not like that, or that's not what he wants in a woman, so because as he said, he doesn't want to fuck her. Alright, let's go.
Not to impress like that, just like that. You see the fruit of the confusion. He caught in a reality, she caught in an illusion. Bad mean good to her, she really nice and smart. But bad mean bad to him, bitch don't play a part. But bitch still bad to her if you say it the wrong way. But she thinks she a bitch, what a double entendre.
Oh shit. Now look at that. Damn. Bad means good to her, she really nice and smart. But bad, so she's thinking bad mean nice and smart. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how brainwash our generation is to be thinking that bad could mean nice and smart? Can you imagine that? But bad means bad to him. Bitch don't play a part. You get me? But bitch still bad to her if you say it the wrong way. But she thinks she's a bitch. What a double entendre. A double entendre, of course, for those of us who don't know, is a figure of speech that means, something that is said in one phrase, one statement could be interpreted in more than one ways. One that is logically sound and the other one, even though logically sound, also could be embarrassing in some ways, implying something sexual. So in this case, he's saying she thinks she's a bitch. Of course, bitch bad. She's a bad bitch. But she still would feel disrespected if he says bitch the wrong way. So that's a double entendre, because she thinks he's playing on the definition of bitch here, because bitch could be used to degrade as well as to compliment based on where we are now as a culture. Crazy, right? Yeah.
Bad to him, bitch don't play a part. But bitch still bad to her if you say it the wrong way. But she thinks she a bitch, what a double entendre. Yeah. Bitch bad, woman good, lady better, they misunderstood. I say, bitch bad.
And the fact that he said that I'm killing these bitches, it's like he's extinguishing, he's getting rid of bitches. We are bringing forth ladies. That's what I think he meant there, which is very beautiful, very beautiful literature. It's good when you can make something meaningful and purposeful and artistic and creative and entertaining. It shows how great you are as an artist, And Lupe Fiasco is a very great artist. Check him out, on Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, whatever. You get me? Clever.
Hey, misunderstood. You're misunderstood.
What we are doing? I'm killing these bitches.
Bitch bad, woman good, lady better, greatest motherhood.
This has been Red Pills for the Matrix lyrics breakdown, music with depth.
Killing these bitches.
Thank you for checking in.